I'm back, and I've been working very hard at it, and I have it all running at the moment. Let's just zoom up a little bit. So what I've done is I've created these little icons that appear on the desktop here, and you can see all these A's. So if you click on them, you go through various modes. So that's manual, that's user, this is split, and this is nothing or none. Okay, so in auto, this race time, it's all burnt in. You can't change it. You can't click anywhere. It follows the rules that are based on Dolphin Timing, or it follows the rules, slightly more advanced rules based on SCM method. At the moment, it's just doing Dolphin Timing rules. So in this case, it selects the middle time, which just so happens to be B. So whatever the middle time is, if it was only 2, then it would look at whether or not the 2 times were within the accepted deviation, in which case it would cross both of those out and you won't see any race time and you have to do something about it. And how do you fix that? Well, you click on this and you go into manual mode, and then by holding down Alter, you can select what time you do and don't want. Yeah, and if you cancel all of them, then you got nothing. So that's one way of dealing with that problem. Now, if that's not going to help, and you really have to change something, then you can click this mode, which is user, and well, that's what I've called it. And by doing Alter click, you can change the time to something that you might want. Hopefully that works. I haven't checked everything. Sorry. Yeah, that worked. Sorry, I haven't done all the debug. Milliseconds. It was didn't include. Yeah, I've got to do a little bit more work on that. Yeah, sorry about that. If you don't put in 3 figures, looks like you're in trouble. All right, and then so you can just type a time in. Yeah, and then if you click again, this mode is whatever is the final split will be the race time. And if you're wondering where you will see splits, they will appear to the right where my cursor is here, somewhere in here, a little small table. It'll be fairly, there are quite a few splits, but it won't be as big a font as this. It'll be a fairly tidy little column list. And then finally, none, which is just empty. Basically, you can think of that as an empty lane if you like. If you hold down Alter, by the way, it toggles backwards, if you remember that. Generally speaking, like on manual, if you're clicking around, you can't do anything until you hold the Alter key down. It just means that when you wish to select a range or individual ones, so that when you post, you only post the ones that have been selected, that gives you the full keyboard, which is Control for individual ones and Shift for a range, which is standard Windows sort of Excel spreadsheet type selection things that everyone knows. Sure, don't you? Yeah, you know. What else is there? There's so much to do. This button up here, of course, won't be here. That's just for me to check some tables. And the post button, when you press on that, you'll have the option to post all or just post selected. And of course, you've seen all these things. That was last time I did the video, you saw all those. And so what I've got to do is a little bit more layout with the buttons, not just moving them around. And then to reveal the splits, I just have to generate a bit more data. So I can check a couple little things, which is in relation to how it picks the times, etc. But basically everything is working. and it's pretty fast, very responsive, and yeah, so that's really, I'm very close now. It's really getting the post button working. I will put out a beta version, which won't include you be able to actually change from what row to what row, and then the next release will have all the rope patching, etc., which you'll be able to do in an auto mode. There'll be a button for that, or you can do it manually. So if you want to change what time goes to what lane, you can do that. Obviously, at the moment, you must export one of these Dolphin Timing event SCVs for all of this to run efficiently. But there is a lot of code that will actually allow for events to actually change, and for this to deal with that problem, should that handle that little problem, etc. So, and then of course there is up here you can export. You can actually export the project. Here it is. Save and load this, the way that you've done the whole project, what you've set to manual, where you've added user times and all that, so that you can just bring it back in if you need to make changes. So catch you on the next one. Getting very close. Beta's coming soon.